Day 52. We stayed up most of the night. I had a bright idea to try to stay up all night since we were at the Arctic Ocean and it was going to be 24 hours of daylight. I made it, and the last time I saw the clock it was about 2:30.
I made it to 3:45.
But I did take a time lapse from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. And it's pretty cool because it never gets dark.
It almost doesn't change. That was crazy.
Yeah. So we stayed the night at a souvenir shop. They have a beachfront area with picnic tables and fire pits. And on iOverlander, some people have said that it's free. Some people have said that they had to pay. So somebody had written a review saying they got a knock really early in the morning saying that they had to pay. So we put some money in a Ziploc bag and taped it to the door in case we were sleeping and somebody showed up. And nobody ever showed up. Nobody even came and ever opened the shop. And so I don't even know if it's open anymore, but it was a very pleasant place to stay. It was better, I think, than staying down on the beachfront where the city lets you stay.
Yeah, it was totally full when we pulled in. There was really nowhere to go. And there were fires.
A lot of campfires.
Kind of a big crazy free-for-all, it felt like.
Yeah. We were just down there all by ourselves, and I thought it was kind of nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We went to the Pingo Dayu site around lunch today, and we both went into the Arctic Ocean.
Wasn't as bad as I thought. I've definitely been in cold water. We were kind of in a small inlet, not like super exposed ocean, and it was pretty shallow, so I'm guessing that helped warm it up a bit. I don't know what was out there, 30 seconds maybe, and it wasn't the end of the world. But I don't want to be out there a lot longer. It's a helicopter chasing us, it's tricky.
I thought it was fine. I honestly could have gone in further if I could have seen the bottom. The water was murky and I didn't like it. And you could see rocks at first and then it seemed like it dived down, so it freaked me out. But I totally could have gone in more. It was about as cold as any ice bath that I've done. So it wasn't too bad. I could have stayed in longer. It was just more freaky. I don't like open water. I don't like lakes. If I can't see the bottom, I don't want to go in it. I went in. I went in as far as I felt was comfortable. I could have done more.
Not supposed to be there.
That guy was not there yesterday when we came in. Oh crap, we cannot see.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, dang, that was scary.
I knew there was a second car.
I know, I didn't know where he was. Yikes.
Wow, that is total blackout.
Right? At least it goes fast. Yeah.
That's scary.
Oh,
Oh,
God. Oh.
Just giant chip in the window. That's totally destroyed window. I was all the way over going reasonably slow too. I was told these windows are like $1,500 to $2,000.
Next spring.
That's literally the only time we've ever been hit with a rock. I do.
Moving on.
Moving on. No point in dwelling.
It's very smoky in Inuvik. Has me congested.
You don't smell it terribly bad, but it's definitely here. It's visibly here.
There's a free RV dump and water refill station at the campground in Inuvik. It's just outside their gates, so even if they're closed, their gates are closed, apparently the dump and water are still available. So that was pretty good. That was free and accessible. Oh my goodness. It's 8:46.
We're back on the road.
We are getting back on the road. We had some dinner. Dogs had some dinner. And it's just smoky. We got to keep on moving. You're good here. We're about 25 miles or minutes, I can't remember which one, from the first ferry. Mackenzie River Ferry. So we're going to get there, get across that ferry. So we're surrounded by these horse flies while we wait for the ferry. And Alex, tell us what you just saw.
Honda Civic just got off the ferry, drove 1 mile per hour by me right here, and he had this look on his face. We must look like pig pens with these bugs, dirt just swirling around us. He thought he was on Mars.
Burning the midnight oil. Currently going 96 kilometers. And we've been going about this fast ever since we got off the Mackenzie ferry. Alex has finally gotten used to the roads. He's driving like a local now.
Bumps are a lot better at this speed.
Yeah.
If we have an emergency, we're probably dead. But it really lay down some tracks. We've been doing 90 cents.
And the worst part has been the dust. And now we got to this section, which is right before Fort McPherson, where they wet the roads. And so there's not as much dust. So now it's not as scary. We're going to be delirious because we're going to be tired. That last spot had mosquitoes and horseflies and dragonflies, and at one point a dragonfly caught a horsefly and came up on our screen in the kitchen and was sitting there eating it.
Awesome.
It was pretty cool.
We had the full circle of life going.
For the full circle of bugs.
Yeah.
And it was just too smoky, so the dogs couldn't. It was not going to work.
This whole area is just a swamp.
To get-
now it's a spoke-filled swamp.
Oh, yeah, and to get past the bugs, hopefully, well, at least the horseflies, we can manage the mosquitoes.
I don't mind mosquitoes. And horseflies
Those
are evil.
horseflies, man.
They haven't bothered me. I just don't like them.
I know, they're scary.
They sound like bees. You sound like you're in a swarm.
Yeah. Originally, before we stopped, it looked like we had to get past Fort McPherson to get past the fire. But then once we stopped, we looked at the fire, the smoke thing again, and it's now moved more south. So now we have to get even more south. But we have to, because we can't run the air conditioner all night and it'll get hot.
Yeah, it's hot here. It's getting hotter by the minute. And it's late at night.
Yeah, in order to run the air conditioner, we either have to have a plug-in campsite or run the generator. If you're running the generator, you're not sleeping. So maybe tonight should have been the night we did our no sleep. No sleep till Yukon. Limited options on boondocking through this area. We have to get to Fort McPherson, and at that point, then the boondocking options are more plentiful. Definitely more in the Yukon, but we have to get to Fort McPherson at least. And who knows? We got snacks. And we've got mosquitoes too.
Yeah, you can't
Got
open the truck without being invaded.
Some cookies, some Werthers, some nuts.
Blueberry cream soda.
It's the dog's bedtime, so hopefully they won't bother us too much. So there you go. Yeah, he's right here. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Wow. Thanks for watching. Join us on our next adventure.